And I would love to finish off with one piece of advice you would say to someone who is facing some of the similar health challenges you are prior to the reset, and they're sitting on the fence or considering doing a program like this for themselves. What would you say to them from where you are right now?
I would say just do it. I really, hmm. That question that I asked myself, I think everyone should ask themselves, which is, how do you want to feel 10 weeks from now? This time is going to go by whether you do the program or not. So, how is it that you're going to want to feel at the end of these 10 weeks? And for me, it was just this sense of incredible gratitude that I said yes to it. And the other thing I would say is it is really so much easier than I thought it was going to be. My big fear going into it and my resistance going into it was that I was going to feel deprived. I was going to feel uncomfortable at restaurants. I was not going to feel like I was a part of a gathering. And in the end, because I was getting the results, I was so motivated that I could go to a party and watch other people drink and eat crap and whatever. And I was just like, yeah, nope, not doing that right now. Knowing that at the end of 10 weeks, I would have a lot more choices. In fact, at the end of 6 weeks, I would have a lot more choices.
Mhm.
So it's really not a long time. And it's a lot easier than it might seem just on the description of the program. So I just say, do it, try it. I cannot imagine somebody starting this and not finishing it, because once I got into it and just, it took me maybe 2 or 3 days to adjust to the different things I needed to do when I cooked.
Mhm.
And then it was like, oh, how can I get creative with this? How
Mhm.
can I do things differently? I'll give the example of the garlic where, I like crunchy garlic. And if you saute it in broth, it's not crunchy. But what I discovered is I could bake the garlic. And if I baked the garlic, if I chopped it up and then I baked it, I got crunchy garlic that I could put on anything. So just getting creative and really trust yourself. Trust yourself and say yes.
Thank you so, so much. Yeah, you were so creative with your meals. You took amazing photos that you shared. And every day for the 2 meals a day, it was wow, look what she came up with. Look how colorful it is. Look how, combinations that you put together. It was very inspirational. So thank you for that.
Yeah,
Um,
you're welcome. It
yeah.
was fun. It was fun. And I feel it so much more empowered around my food now and eating. And when I go to the grocery store, I'm buying different stuff. I'm before I would go through the snack aisle, I'd grab a few bags of popcorn, I'd grab some chips, whatever. I don't even go through that aisle now. It's like, yeah, I'm not going there. I'm not doing it. I don't want it. That's the thing. I really want to stay healthy. I really want to keep the gains that I've gotten. So I'm not gonna mess this up.
And that's such a great point. And you've said that before, that how do you want to feel? So when you're in the grocery store and you're going down that aisle and you choose, do I want this in my cart or not? It's like, how do you think? How do I want to feel after I'm going to eat this? No, thank you. I don't want to feel that. So then you make a different choice. And as you did, you put so much creativity and love and in your food, that it actually tasted so good and it was like a treat to you.
Yeah.
So that was, you really turned it into a beautiful venture. So I thank you for that.
Well, I'm going to add one more thing, which is that, we all have times when we go and have like a family, gathering or go on a cruise or go on a vacation. And I don't worry really that I'm going to gain weight if I go do that, that I won't be able to lose, because I know that all I would have to do is just probably do this for a couple of weeks and get back to where I want to be. So, and that would be if I gained a bunch of weight. I could probably just go back to eating the normal way that I eat at home and have the weight stabilize. And honestly, it's been unbelievable to me that I weigh myself every morning still, and I'm still in that 101, 102 range. And I'm like, this really is a new set point. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So it was interesting for me to get rid of the clothing because there was the part of me that's like, well, what if I gain it back? And then I would just like go, yeah, there's no way I'm gaining this back. It's not happening. So that's a very different feeling than I have had after losing weight in the past.
Beautiful.
And I've never lost this much weight except after a pregnancy. I've never lost like, 16, 17 pounds at once. That's never been my experience because I never had to, or I never, so it's life-changing when it's life-changing.
Yeah, it was consistent weight loss, like pretty much a pound a day. And as you were losing that, as you said before, the toxins were just leaving your body.
Well, that's the thing too, is that I did a tox screen before I did this. It was months before, because I started a detox program way before I did this. But the difference, the continuing release of toxins, I mean, most everything that was in the red zone is now in the green zone. And there's one item that's still in the red zone, but it's gone down about 200 points since the last time I tested it. And before that, it went down a whole bunch also. So it's just about going into the yellow. So I'm just been told to just keep doing what I'm doing. And the key here, I think, was losing the fat, which was holding on to these toxins. And also all of my hormones stabilized. So that's really huge too, because I think having that belly fat, even though for me, being a small person, it wasn't like, this huge gut or anything, having all that belly fat was causing my body to have hormone imbalances that have now stabilized. So all good.
Yeah, absolutely. The belly fat becomes a hormone in itself.
Yeah.
In a negative one. So yeah,